three hotspots, if you like, for illness are Spain, Turkey and Egypt, and certainly that's demonstrated by the cases that we take on for people. Very often the reason for the illness is poor hygiene standards. There's quite a high turnover of staff in these resorts. Some of them may not be trained properly, and even if they are trained, the sort of the pressure of having to deliver food regularly to demanding British tourists can mean that standards sometimes slip. The saddest stories we deal with involve people who are getting married abroad and take a huge party of guests out with them, and one by one they all fall ill, bride and groom and the whole party of wedding guests, which obviously means they get a very different experience to the one they had hoped for. And we've also had one lady who went to Crete for a short break, came back with what she thought were flu-like symptoms and turned out to be E. coli, and she actually had to be hospitalised as a result when she got back to the UK. If you get ill on a holiday, you should drink plenty of fluids. Water or soft energy drinks are the normal ones that are recommended. You should go and see a doctor so that tests can be carried out so that they can identify whether there is any bacteria that's causing your illness. And obviously you should stay away from preparing food for other people just in case you pass the illness on that way to the rest of your family. If you fall ill on holiday, if you're on a package holiday, you can bring a claim against your tour operator, even though it's the hotelier's fault, probably, that you've become ill. Provided that you can show a link between the food you ate in the resort and the illness, you will be able to recover compensation for the illness that you've sustained. If you haven't gone on a package holiday and you've booked separately with an accommodation provider abroad, then it does get a little bit more complicated because you have to sue that hotel provider, probably in the jurisdiction where you became ill. And that does have challenges, but that doesn't mean it isn't possible. The best evidence if you need to make a claim would be the findings of any stool sample results that might show a bacterial infection, so that we can track it back to the food that you've eaten, or a particular other source if it may be due to water quality problems in the resort. Also photographs of the poor food and other examples of poor hygiene in resort. And if you notice a number of people ill at the same time, it's quite important to get their contact details so that they can provide witness evidence in support of your claim when you get back. If you need more information about claiming for illness when you've been abroad, then there is lots of information on the web. We certainly, on our Slater and Gordon website, put examples of cases that we've dealt with that you can have a look at. The best advice is to contact a specialist who can steer you in the right direction in relation to getting the evidence together for your claim.